So hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. So the round of 16 of the Asian Games is completed. We had games for a couple of days, yesterday and today, and yeah, let's review them. We had some expected results and some really big surprises. So let's start from here. I'm gonna go like this. So from the host, China was playing against Qatar, and like immediately from the start, China goes ahead. After 3 minutes, it's Tao Long, if my pronunciation is correct, that puts the Chinese national team ahead. And then Qatar is basically, we have a game where China tries to manage the game, Qatar tries to push, and basically nothing happens for 90 minutes. And I mean, there were some opportunities for both teams. China had opportunities to go ahead with another goal. We had some flashes by Qatar where they seemed like ready to get back into the game, to tie the game and everything. But yeah, that's it for Qatar, and I'm pretty surprised about it. I mean, the senior national team, we know it's the Asian champion. And they had several young players, so I was expecting by them to perform, perhaps to go deeper in these Asian Games, especially because I mean they're preparing the under 23 Asian Cup that is gonna happen in Qatar at the beginning in spring of next year. So that's it for Qatar, and China continues. China, that is gonna face the team that I said in the last video that I think it's gonna has the biggest shot, the biggest opportunity to win the gold, and I'm pretty much confirming it, even though other teams performed well. But Korea, Republic of Korea had played a great game against Kyrgyzstan. They win 5-1. I mean, the game was pretty much on until the 74th minute, where Korea was ahead just 2-1 against Kyrgyzstan. Kyrgyzstan was trying to keep the game close and keep themselves alive. But at the 74th minute, there is a penalty kick for Korea. They score, and at that point, they went on to score the fourth and the fifth goal to end the game. So Korea advances, and there's gonna be a really interesting matchup. I mean, all matchups are gonna be interesting, but this one between the hosts and Korea is gonna be a really good one. So we go to the game that probably was the closest one between. No, I don't need to say probably, because it was the closest one in this round of 16. Indonesia against Uzbekistan. Here we have two national teams, two programs in Asian football that are investing a lot on young players. We know that Uzbekistan is one, if not the best program right now in Asia. They are winning competitions at the under 23, under 20, and the young national teams level. And Indonesia is trying to get there, and it's developing a lot. So it was interesting to see two programs and two nations that are developing in that sense. And yeah, I mean, the game was very close during the whole 90 minutes. We saw opportunities for Indonesia, we saw opportunities for Uzbekistan. At the final whistle, it was 0-0. Then as soon as the extra time started, it was Ezanov that scored at the 92nd minute. Then basically extra time was with Indonesia trying all their best to tie the game and basically give us a penalty shootout, but is Ezanov again at the basically last minute of the extra time that scores 2-0 for Uzbekistan. They're gonna advance. Congrats to Indonesia, really. Yes, they're knocked out from these Asian Games men's football tournament, but they're showing that they are developing well, and they're playing well, and they're doing what they need to do. I have to say that India is doing pretty much that, are trying to get into that path, But in this game we've seen what the problems are, especially in defense, in the defensive area. That was a big issue in this game, and that was probably what gave them the loss against Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia wins this one 2-0 thanks to a brace by Maran in the early second half. Saudi Arabia had the control of the game for the majority of it, and I mean, we can say that they won easily, but that wouldn't be really true, because India tried to play their game and try to do their stuff. But yeah, unfortunately for them, Sunil Chetri and all the others didn't perform probably in the way that they were expecting to. Let's say it like this. But anyways, this is also a good preparation work for the next Asian Games. I'm not talking the under 23 Asian Games, I'm especially talking about the senior Asian Games, because India is trying to develop their players for the senior national team right now, and to try to do well in the next Senior Asia Cup. So this is good work for them. Perhaps they hope to go deeper in this tournament. And honestly, they had the opportunity against Saudi Arabia, but again, that defensive situation is not great. Saudi Arabia against Uzbekistan is going to be the quarterfinal, and yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see who's going to advance and what's going to happen in the other side between Korea and China. The winner of Uzbekistan, Saudi Arabia, is going to face Korea and China, South Korea and China. The winner of South Korea and China. And here we go to this part of the table. Here we have the biggest surprise, but firstly we are going to talk about Iran. Iran beats Thailand. Thailand is another Asian team that is doing what they need to do. They're working well. But in this one, they were facing an Iran national team that are looking for revenge in this tournament, because they are not going to be in the under 23 Asian Cup, because they were eliminated in the qualifiers, and because of goal differential, if I'm not wrong. So yeah, they are looking for revenge, and yeah, probably is one of the worst teams to encounter right now, and yeah, that's why Thailand are not going to advance. This win comes thanks to a goal in the early match. At the 15th minute, Iran opens the scoring. Thailand tries to stay close, tries to tie the game, but at the 82nd minute there is a penalty kick and Iran wins it. So Iran advances, and they're gonna face the biggest surprise of this tournament, Hong Kong. I'm really surprised by this. I mean, Hong Kong against Palestine, I mean, it wasn't like that, like this big of a gap perhaps that you might have had with the other national teams, but Palestine is still a really solid national team that I thought that they would be better than Hong Kong, and they would probably like in a sort of way get a win. But Hong Kong is showing that they're working well, and there is a reason why they are in the Asian Cup. They are in the Asian Cup, and that's why they confirmed that they are a solid team. Now they are in the quarterfinals of the Asian Games. They win thanks to a goal of Matthew Orr at the beginning of the second half. And really, congrats to all Hong Kong fans. Congrats to them. Really great job by their national team. And yeah, I mean, next against Iran, again, as I said before, Iran is probably not the worst opponent, but one of the worst opponents to face right now, especially at this level, because they're looking for revenge. But I mean, you're in the quarterfinals of the Asian Games, so you're gonna face a tough national team anyways. Let's go to the Japan and Myanmar game. Okay, I said Korea is probably the strongest team, but Japan is pretty strong. 7-0 against Myanmar. There isn't nothing really to talk about this game. they were too much for Myanmar. They tried, but Japan really dominated from the beginning to the end. They showed that they are here to win. They're here to get. And yeah, Myanmar tried the best. I mean, that was good for them being in the round of 16. It's good anyways to get these games into your experience, like into your pocket, because this is experience that you get from these games. I mean, even if you lose by such a large margin like this one. And Japan is gonna face North Korea, DPR Korea, that has won against Bahrain. 2-0 is the final score. They scored in stoppage time of the first half with the Kangkook Chol, and then in the second half, the 62nd minute, is Kim Kook bomb that closes the game. Bahrain is a good young national team, but DPR Korea, North Korea, has shown that they were working on their game in these last few years, where they weren't in the Asian panoramic football, the panoramic of Asian football. They were out for a couple of years, but they were working, and that's the result of it. And yeah, now they're gonna face Japan. This is gonna be a really interesting game, because again, we are seeing two teams that usually like bring out really interesting games. And yeah, I mean, these quarterfinals, China against South Korea, Uzbekistan against Saudi Arabia, Iran against Hong Kong, and Japan against North Korea. 4 matches to watch, to follow. And for the other 8 teams that now are out of this tournament, I mean, I talked about it. We have some good programs, some good football, some good developing, and that's great for Asian football. That's pretty much it for this video. I thank you all for watching. If you like this channel, please consider subscribing, please consider putting a like, and I hope to see you all very, very soon. Thank you.